Most people count down to their birthday, but some people dread it. No parties, no posts, no cake, just another day they'd rather skip entirely. And if you've ever felt that way, or know someone who does, there's something fascinating happening inside their mind. This isn't about being antisocial. This is about psychology. And by the end of this video, you'll understand yourself, or someone you love, in a way you never did before. Most people assume that someone who doesn't celebrate their birthday is either depressed or just being dramatic. But psychology tells a completely different story. The way a person relates to their own birthday reveals deep patterns about how they see themselves, how they process time, how they handle expectations, and how much they feel they deserve to be celebrated. It's not about the birthday, it's about everything the birthday represents. Here's something most people don't think about. A birthday is one of the few moments in a year where the entire focus is placed on one person. For most people, that feels exciting, but for others, that spotlight creates something psychologists call self-consciousness anxiety, a deep discomfort with being the center of attention, even in a positive setting. And it runs deeper than shyness. It's connected to self-worth, attachment patterns formed in childhood, and how safe a person feels receiving love and attention from others. So let's break down the real reasons, because there's never just one. Reason one, they have a complicated relationship with expectations. Birthdays come with invisible expectations. People are supposed to show up. Messages are supposed to come. It's supposed to feel special. But for some people, past birthdays didn't deliver that. Maybe people forgot. Maybe celebrations felt forced. Maybe the day passed quietly when they hoped it wouldn't. And over time, the brain does something very logical. It learns to protect itself. Psychologists call this emotional anticipatory defense, where the mind lowers expectations in advance to avoid the pain of disappointment. So instead of hoping for a big celebration and getting hurt again, they quietly decide, I don't care about my birthday. Deep down, they still do. They've just taught themselves not to show it. Reason two, birthdays force them to measure their life. Here's something nobody talks about. A birthday isn't just a celebration, it's a checkpoint. And for people who feel behind in career, in relationships, in personal goals, that checkpoint is painful. Every year, society quietly asks, are you where you should be by now? And when the honest answer feels like no, the birthday stops feeling like a party. It starts feeling like a reminder. Psychologists link this to what's called temporal self-appraisal, how we evaluate ourselves against where we thought we'd be at a certain age. For people carrying unfulfilled expectations of themselves, the birthday amplifies that gap. So avoiding the celebration becomes a way of avoiding that uncomfortable reflection. Reason three, they struggle to receive love. Without guilt, this one is deep and more common than people realize. Some people genuinely feel uncomfortable being celebrated, not because they don't want love, but because somewhere along the way, they learn that receiving attention, gifts, or care feels undeserved. This is often rooted in childhood. People who grew up in environments where their needs were dismissed, minimized, or made to feel like a burden often carry this pattern into adulthood. They become better at giving than receiving. They deflect compliments, they downplay achievements, and on their birthday, the one day designed entirely for them, they feel almost guilty about it. Psychologists connect this to low self-worth schemas, deeply held beliefs that say I don't deserve to take up this much space. And the birthday with all its attention feels like too much space to take. Reason four, they're highly private people. Not every reason is painful. Some people simply have a personality structure that finds large celebrations draining rather than energizing. These are often highly introverted or deeply private individuals. They don't avoid their birthday out of sadness. They avoid the performance of it, the forced smiles, the group photos, the say something moments. For them, a quiet birthday, a good meal, a walk, maybe one meaningful conversation feels more authentic than a party ever could. And there's nothing wrong with that. But here's what's interesting. Even among this group, research on human connection shows that the desire to feel seen on your birthday doesn't disappear. It just gets expressed differently. They don't want a party, but they still notice who remembered. Reason five, they're grieving something. This is the reason most people never consider. For some, a birthday is permanently attached to grief. Maybe they lost someone close around that time of year. Maybe a major life event, a breakup, a failure, a trauma happened near their birthday. The human brain is extraordinarily good at creating emotional anchors where a date, a smell, a song becomes permanently tied to a feeling. And if that feeling is lost, the birthday stops being a celebration. It becomes a quiet memorial. These people aren't antisocial. They're not broken. They're carrying something heavy on a day the world expects them to be happy. And sometimes the kindest thing someone can do is simply acknowledge that without forcing the confetti. So what does all of this tell us? When someone doesn't celebrate their birthday, they're rarely just being difficult. They're revealing something real about how they see themselves, how they process time, how safe they feel being loved, and what that day carries for them personally. And if this video described you, maybe you've never had the words for why birthdays feel complicated. Now you do. It doesn't mean something is wrong with you. It means your psychology is protecting you the only way it knows how. The real question isn't, why don't you celebrate? The real question is, what would it feel like to finally let yourself be celebrated? Even quietly, even simply, even just by yourself. You're allowed to take up that space. If this video made you think about yourself or someone you know, that's psychology doing exactly what it's supposed to do, making the invisible visible. If you want more videos that explain the hidden reasons behind human behavior, subscribe to this channel. Every video here is designed to help you understand yourself and the people around you just a little bit better. And before you leave, drop a comment below. Do you celebrate your birthday, or do you quietly let it pass? No judgment, just curiosity.